Good afternoon, and thank you for joining Conversations for College Success. Today, I'm following up on my two previous podcasts. On February 19th, the topic was, what are the keys to your success? And the answer was knowing yourself. And on February 26th, the topic was, what are the 6 Holland Code personality types? Both of those were 2 of a multitude of ways you can get to know yourself through various skills inventories. So the third skills inventory that I'm going to talk about today is officially called Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI. However, it is typically referred to as Myers-Briggs. It is also a personality test that sorts people into 16 personality types. It is based on how each of us prefers to take in information, make decisions, and direct our energy. In my experience, there is an official test, which is not free. It is often offered in a college or university course for free, or by organizations that you work for also for free. Therefore, I am not suggesting that you pay to receive this assessment, because there is usually a fee. There are a couple of Myers-Briggs that looked like opportunities that were free online, but again, make sure that they are free. The Myers-Briggs questionnaire that you fill out about yourself uses a total of 4 contrasting scales. The scales are extroversion versus introversion, thinking versus feeling, sensing versus intuition, and judgment versus perception. The scales mean you lean more as either an extrovert or an introvert, a thinker or a feeler, a sensor or being intuitive, and finally, judging versus perceptive. There are trained MBTI administrators who can score and interpret the results. However, administrators are not always used, hence having it completed through a corporation or a course that you're taking in college. Myers-Briggs, though, can help with your self-awareness. It can help you understand your preferences and your natural strengths. It can help you understand and appreciate differences in others, like your friends, your parents, or other people you disagree with. The MBTI can also help you apply personality insights to improve your personal and professional effectiveness. Some other key points. Myers-Briggs is a psychological assessment, and the report is confidential. There are no good or bad or better or worse types. Again, there are no good or bad or better or worse types. All types are equally valuable. Again, all types are equally valuable. Awareness of your Myers-Briggs type can enhance your self-understanding. A quote from Isabel Briggs Myers, she was a co-creator of the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Whatever the circumstances of your life, the understanding of type can make your perceptions clearer, your judgments sounder, and your life closer to your heart's desire. What is the goal of the MBTI assessment? It was designed to help people, which is each of us, identify and gain some understanding around how they, or we, take in information and make decisions, which are the patterns of perception and judgment. Perception and judgment, generally in type theory, describes how people prefer to use their minds. Perception involves all the ways of becoming aware of things, people, happenings, or ideas. People naturally perceive in opposite or different ways. Judgment involves all the ways of coming to conclusions about what has been perceived. There are also opposite or different ways in how people naturally make decisions. The opposites are called preferences, because most people prefer one side more than the other. However, we can access and use both sides of a preference pair if a situation calls for it. Perception and judgment are mental processes, mental activity, or how people use their minds. Differences in perception, what people see in any given situation, and judgment, what they decide to do about it, result in corresponding differences in personality characteristics, behaviors, interests, reactions, values, and motivations. According to MBTI, there are innate versus learned preferences. According to the type indicator, our personality type preferences are innate, inborn predispositions that develop over the lifespan. Frequent use of one side of a preference pair leads to the development of a certain personality characteristic. It has been found that although there are similar characteristics and behaviors in people with the same preferences, there are also differences. First, type does not indicate behavior, although the preferences describe behavioral attributes according to specific preferences. Type theory recognizes that we have a choice in how we behave. We can choose to act upon our natural preferences, a strength, or an opposite preference called a stretch if it is better suited to the situation. Second, life experiences and our environment impact the development of and how we express our personality type preferences. With awareness, we can learn to use the opposite preferences. They will likely never feel easy or natural, but nonetheless, we have access to them when necessary. The Myers-Briggs framework consists of 8 preferences organized into 4 pairs of opposites. Your MBTI personality type represents your natural preferences in 4 specific aspects of personality. We use all of the preferences, but most people will prefer one side of a preference pair more than the other, which accounts for the natural personality differences between people. Think about what do you prefer of the following preference pairs: extroversion or introversion, opposite ways to direct and receive energy. Do you prefer to focus on the outer world or on your own inner world? Sensing or intuition, opposite ways to take in information. Do you prefer to focus on the facts or on the big picture? Thinking or feeling, opposite ways to decide and come to conclusions. Do you prefer to take an objective or an empathetic approach for deciding? Judging or perceiving, opposite ways to approach the outside world. Do you prefer to seek closure or to stay open to new information? When you combine your preferences, E or I, S or N, T or F, J or P, they make up your MBTI type or 4-letter type code, or your psychological or personality type. There are 16 possible combinations of letters leading to the 16 distinct MBTI personality types. The theory of psychological type says that people with different preferences naturally have different interests and views, behave differently, and are motivated by different things. Awareness of differences between types can help people understand and value other people who think and act differently. Characteristics associated with each of the 16 personality types can be found in a types table. So you can go to Google, type in Myers-Briggs, and you'll find a table, and use the cursor, and you can review the information under each personality type. Some of you may have already completed a Myers-Briggs test, which is great. If you have not, then when it is offered to you for free, complete it. Also be aware, and this is important, that your characteristics can change over a period of time, which means as you continue to mature and grow, which is a good thing. You can also think of the 16 personality types as rooms in a home. In your home, your type preferences represent your favorite room, where you feel the most natural and comfortable. So you likely hang out there most of the time. But it's important to spend time in all the rooms of your home. There are times when you may need to go to a different room to better communicate, solve a problem, or complete a task. Some people like their room so much that they are biased against the other rooms. All rooms are equal, have value, strengths, and challenges. Again, all rooms are equal, have value, strengths, and challenges. People who lock themselves into their room are often rigid and one-sided. People who are self-aware honor their preferences first and then stretch to others when appropriate to the situation. They understand, appreciate, and value personality differences, which can lead to working with others in constructive ways. According to Myers-Briggs, following are some of the key points to keep in mind. Most people prefer one side more than the other of a preference pair, but we use all of the preferences every day, not necessarily with the same level of confidence or comfort. Type is inborn. We are predisposed to develop along certain typological lines. Type does not limit you or box you in, though. There are no better or worse types. Again, there are no better or worse types. All types are equally valuable. They each have potential, strengths, and gifts, and possible stretches and challenges. Type does not tell you how to think, be, or act. Although predispositions are innate, you can choose to develop a strength or a stretch. The MBTI assessment sorts for preferences. It does not measure traits, ability, skill, or character. Again, it sorts for your preferences. There has been more than 70 years of research on the MBTI. The MBTI instrument is scientifically reliable and valid. Learning about your personality type helps you to identify your natural strengths and unique gifts. Type awareness enhances your understanding and brings to light potential areas for growth. It enhances also your self-understanding. Types of awareness can help you understand and better appreciate personality differences in yourself and others. Thank you for joining Conversations for College Success, and I hope you've learned information about how you think, view the world, etc., because all of those things are important for your success. Thank you to my subscribers, and if you're not a subscriber, then I ask you to become a subscriber. You can send your questions to conversations with an S for college success at hotmail.com. Again, send questions to conversations for college success at hotmail.com. Talk with you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.